Check out my Michigan rappers Keen Sound and G Mac Cash. Just dropped a new hip hop singles. The Butchers is out on all digital platforms. Make sure you tune in and check them out. The Butchers by Keen Sound and G Mac Cash. Links in the description. Make sure you check it out. YouTube Music, Spotify, Apple, regular YouTube. So make sure you go support these brothers, man. And peace. All right, man. Let's talk about Crawford. Did an interview with he done an interview with Andre Ward on All the Smoke's fight. Now, apparently, All the Smoke, I guess Steven Jackson and them have purchased the or took control of the Showtime boxing YouTube channel. So they control that as well. So I was wondering, I'm like, damn, how do this how does this have more subscribers than they do? If this is a new channel. So basically they took over the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they took over the YouTube channel. So as far as the Last Stand podcast with Brian Custer, I don't know where that stands at this point. So I'm looking, but I don't know where that stands at this point. But yeah, they control that whole they control that now. So I was all like, damn, how they get almost 2 million subscribers that fast? And the original channel was slightly below 1 million. So for those who don't know, the Showtime Boxing YouTube channel is now, All the Smoke fight. So that was the big announcement Andre Ward was making when he said All the Smoke July 22nd. That's why he was down there with Terence Crawford to interview Terence Crawford. And the interview was very, very good. All right. We talked about it in the live stream yesterday, which YouTube is playing with the numbers. I must have got on the shadow ban list again because of my Ryan Garcia rants, and I don't regret nothing. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. If I'm going to stand on business, I'm going to stand on business for telling the truth. So be it. You know what I'm saying? They've been messing with me. They said that I had did something else, and I'm like, what? Come on, man. I didn't even do that. That's just a cap. They be capping and they be lying. But yeah, so basically in the interview, he talked about, he wanted to go for Fondora first. And that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to go for Fondora first and said, basically Samson Tulowitzki came out, Samson boxing promoter of Sebastian Fondora came out and basically said that that Errol Spence makes more money. It makes more sense for them to fight Errol Spence. And that Crawford rebuttal was they never came and sat at the table with us. So he said they never came and sat at the table with us and asked us anything. So they don't know how much money he would have made or whatever the situation may be. He said they don't know how much money they actually would have made. So, that was one thing that he had brought up. So he said that was his original target, but obviously it didn't go the way they wanted to go. Okay. All right. And I'm just trying to knock out the small stuff real quick. So he talked about his relationship with Turki Al-Sheikh. He said, obviously, we heard this before. He said Turki Al-Sheikh reached out to him a couple years ago when he was still with Top Rank. And watch how I segue this. He said that, he was a fan. He was, Crawford was his favorite fighter and he wanted to work with him and all this type of stuff. And, the opportunity came, they work with each other. Now, he basically said that he, it sounded like Crawford was an integral part of this Turki Al-Sheikh takeover. Turki Al-Sheikh seemed like he didn't like what they was doing to Terence Crawford. Now, a real side note, Crawford spoke about the lawsuit in this exact interview with Top Rank. And a lot of people were talking about, oh, this lawsuit has no merit. They read the opening part of the lawsuit. They didn't even read the actual lawsuit. They read the opening part of the lawsuit. In the actual lawsuit, he said that they settled. He said he was very happy with what they settled for in that lawsuit. He said he was very happy. So it sounded like he came out on top in that lawsuit. They tried to get it thrown out or something. And as you should, You know, he tried to get it thrown out or whatever as it should. And he said he came out on, he said he was happy with the settlement. So it sounded like he came on top, came out on top. So so shout out to him, you know. And at the end of the day, sometimes it's, you know, that's what you can ask. And then he, you know, basically talked about how he son PBC. He basically said they tried to play me, you know, and I get to the Earl stuff in a minute. They tried to play me and all this type of stuff, but I end up getting with Turki Al-Sheikh, and now they fighting on my undercard. And basically, he revealed that these promoters, they actually all work together. They know each other. They talk to each other. They want the fighters and the fans to believe that they don't talk and they don't work together, and they don't, you know, they beefing, but that's not true, you know. And what he said he done since Turki Al-Sheikh didn't like the way they was doing Terence Crawford, and they was. You had Eddie Hearn out here putting smut on his name, saying he don't sell Bob Arum, smearing his name when he was with him and when he left. You know, and all that type of stuff. And he said when he got to the table with Errol Spence, that it proved that his numbers was better than Errol Spence numbers, or very comparable. You know, that's what he said. He said when they opened up the books, the real numbers, like they was doing the same, he was doing better numbers than Errol Spence. So think about that for a minute. And he said they basically was trying to freeze him out because he was doing the business himself. He was trying to show that you don't need the promoters. So he was cutting the promoters out himself and doing his business himself. And this is why they do a smear campaign for Devin Haney. This is why they do a smear campaign for Devin Haney. Real talk. I talked to Bill about this. They mad at y'all because y'all not taking the traditional route of using a promoter. That's just what it boiled down to. You cutting the promoter out the game. And they really know the promoter really ain't needed, that these guys can do it themselves. So he said now that they tried to play me, now Turki Al-Sheikh helped me out over a brother that was trying to freeze me out of Al Haymon, by the way. And now they got an answer to me. Now they fighting on my undercard. Now I didn't son them. You know, and he talked about the negotiations. They said, you know, they told him take it or leave it, a low ball offer. He said, you know, he went around, you know, went around Al to talk to Errol, and that, you know, he was schooling Errol on how to go and what was going on. Because Al Haymon was just handling the negotiations. Now, side note, Andre Ward said that Errol reached out to him and told him that he wasn't ducking blood. He just wanted to get all the belts first. And that may well have been true. Or it may well have not been true, but the plan for Al Haymon was for him never to fight Errol Spence. I mean, never to fight Terence Crawford, for them never to fight each other. That was the plan. That was the plan. For them to never fight. That was the plan, for them to never fight. And Errol Spence may or may not have known that. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He may not have known that the plan was for them never to fight. He said that Crawford said him and Errol made that fight. And they were mad that Errol went around Al Haymon to make the fight. He said it was mad that Errol went around Al to make the fight. So, I mean, crazy, right? And so he said that without Errol Spence, this fight wouldn't have happened. I tell you this, I agree with that, and I said that. But also, what I agreed to is that without the fans pressing Errol Spence, I told y'all, I heard, you know, I ain't gonna say no names, but I heard behind the scenes, the man couldn't even go certain places anymore because they kept asking him, when you gonna fight Terence Crawford? When you gonna fight Terence Crawford? When you gonna fight Terence Crawford? You know, and he like, oh no, he a man, he got pride, he got an ego. Even though Al Haymon probably said it in so many words, or maybe said direct, right? No, we want to go get Canelo. The bag is more fruitful. But with Al Haymon, got to understand, you know, you done indoctrinated a lot of these fighters to just chase the bag and forget about legacy, and the fans are suffering. And that's why your company's suffering. If you make the best fights, the fans will come. The bands will come. They will come. Pause. You know? So, you know, ultimately, that's on him. That's on him. That's on him. So he said without Errol, it wouldn't happen. We know it. Without him going directly to Errol, it wouldn't happen. You know, and unfortunately enough, in this situation, to keep it real, you know, Al Haymon don't have that fighter best interest. He has his pocket's best interest. That's what he had. He has his pocket's best interest. That's all he care about is his pockets. Let's keep it 100. All he care about is his pockets. That's all he care about. That's all he care about is his pockets. So they can say, you know, they can say what they want to say. You know, they can believe what they want to believe, but that man just care about his pockets. So, I mean, that was pretty much it, man. It was a good interview. Check it out. All the smoke fight. They took over the YouTube Championship Boxing channel or the YouTube Boxing channel. Appreciate y'all. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Anchor, the whole nine. Appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.